I'm Jason Klom, and this is Comedy on Vinyl. The year is 1982, the album Grease 2, the original soundtrack, the artist Patricia Birch, a lot of people, there's a ton of people on this soundtrack. My guest this week is Brian Herzlinger. Thank you so much for doing the show.
Thank you, Jason. I am ecstatic to be here.
And for surprising me, because I didn't realize we were going to record, and I'm very excited. This energy's never happened in the show before.
I didn't realize we weren't recording, so I'm ecstatic about this coming together.
Me too. So why don't, okay, so I knew of your work probably the same any way anybody else discovered you through the movie My Date with Drew, and you just reminded me that, yes, in it you talk about your experience with Drew Barrymore and how you clicked on Grease 2.
Well, when I finally got the date with Drew, it was one of the topics that we just completely saw eye to eye on right away. The icebreaker for the date, on which, of course, I was extremely nervous, was Grease 2. We both love Grease 2. And we just started freaking out about how much each other loved Grease 2. And, and it just made me realize quickly something that I've been saying for years in my life, which is there are two types of people in this world: those who love Grease 2 and those who don't. Mm-hmm. And who wants to be around anybody who's in column B? You want column A people in your life,
right?
And it's it got to a point, actually, which you got to watch this little video. But 2 years ago was the 35th anniversary of Grease 2. Mm-hmm. Now, I love Grease. I'm a big Grease guy. And, with Grease gets all the love and attention. Grease 2 is the redheaded stepchild, right?
Mm-hmm, very much so.
But for Grease's 20th anniversary, they get a worldwide theatrical re-release, another premiere of Man's Chinese. Grease 2, I looked around, nobody was doing anything.
Yeah.
And I said to a couple of close friends of mine, particularly one of my close friends, John Wood, who, has worked in entertainment for years over at E! And we've been friends since 97, and we are both huge Grease 2 fans. Mm-hmm. And I said to John, I'm like, look, nobody's doing anything for Grease 2. Let's just rent a theater. Yeah. Let's rent a theater. And you know what? I'm going to freaking call Paramount. I'm going to get a 35 millimeter print. I'm going to pay for it. And we'll just invite friends to come watch it. And that was the idea behind it. And then I said to my wife, are you okay if my daughter's birthday is 2 days later than when we were going to do the event. I'm like, do you care if I just, I just want to rent a theater and watch Grease 2. Is that bad? Of course, I was worried she was going to divorce me, but she was like, no, go for it. Obviously, go. It'll be fun. Do it. Well, it became something much bigger because I got the print. John and I got the theater. And I just put out on social media, guys, anybody who loves Grease 2, we're doing it. We're going to celebrate it. Come watch the movie. Mm-hmm. Come watch it with us. And simultaneously, through my connections and John's connections, I said, can it hurt to reach out to some of the cast? Patricia Birch, the choreographer, director of the film, and see if they want to come join us. Well, lo and behold, this thing became huge. 96% of the cast came and was there.
I love it.
And watched the film. We had a big pre-party where everybody was reunited. It was a big reunion where a lot of the cast hadn't seen Patricia Birch, the director, in years and years and years. And, there were emotional moments throughout the night where a lot of actors got their first break because of Grease 2. Mm-hmm. And so it was very much like a family reunion that I was fortunate enough to have a front row seat to. And quite an emotional evening, I think, for a lot of people, especially not just cast and crew, but fans of the film from all over the country. People flew in for this. And I didn't charge anybody a ticket. They first come, first serve, and it was gone like that.
Yeah.
So many Grease 2 fans out there. Mm-hmm. And, the screening became this kind of therapy session for some people that finally got a chance to say to Patricia Birch, your movie got me through high school. I was bullied and all this and that. And, people love the music, love the characters, love the, story of acceptance or lack of acceptance and changing who you are to fit in. Mm-hmm. And anyway, it just became a really wonderful evening. And you had an entire theater filled with people singing every lyric, including the cast.
Of course.
Maxwell Caulfield cringing when he's singing Charade and then Adrian Zmed hitting that high note in Score Tonight. Watching them watch the movie It's one of the best experiences of my life. It was amazing. And then I got to moderate the panel afterwards. I got to do a Q&A with the cast and crew, and it was just so awesome. And my wife was like, I thought this was going to be a small little thing. How did you pull this off? It became like an awards event or something.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I love Grease 2 and have loved it since, probably the first time you saw it, you loved it. And for me, I was 6. It was on Prism cable channel in South Jersey, like every other hour. And so watched it all the time and just loved it. Fell in love with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Of course.
Cool Rider definitely affected me in a hey, you're going to go through puberty soon. This is it.
Sure, yeah.
I never wanted to be a ladder more so in my life. Anyway, so
I think I said the exact same thing to my wife the other day.
I said that exact same thing to Michelle Pfeiffer.
Did you?
Oh yeah,
of course.
Well, I used to work at Ally McBeal and a lot of David Kelly shows, and David's married to Michelle.
Oh, sure.
So I was emceeing an event that was honoring my mentor, Bill D'Elia, who is one of David Kelly's partners in a bunch of shows. And so I was hosting this thing, and David was there, of course, to honor Bill with William Shatner and Chris McDonald, Goose. Yeah. Because Chris McDonald was in Harry's Law, David Kelly show.
Yep.
Yeah. So that Bill directed a few episodes of, and I said to Michelle, I'm putting on. I had Chris McDonald next to me because I talked to Chris first. I'm going to do a 35th anniversary screening of Grease 2. You got to go. He's like, I'm there. I'm like, great, come with me. I'm telling Michelle we're going to get Michelle.
Oh my God.
And then I went over and just blindsided her right there, and she started cracking up. She's like, you're doing a 35th anniversary screening of Grease 2? I'm like, yeah. She goes, why? And I go, what do you mean why? I'm like, Grease 2 is Grease 2. Oh my God. So many people love this. You have to go. You have to be there. And she was laughing, but she was like, okay. Well, let's see if we can figure it out. But okay, I love that you're doing that. And she was very sweet.
That's amazing.
She didn't show up, of course, but that's okay.
Sure. She never does to those things. That's okay.
I'll talk to David about it. But anyway, she was fantastic. But it was just a wonderful night.
That's remarkable.
Chris McDonald was there. Goose was there.
I will say when I first moved out here in 2003, I was just on the verge of because I know I went through a period of in my teens and 20s being like, this movie, I don't know, I was liking it ironically. By the time I moved out here, I was finally reassessing how much I actually loved it. And they did what's the name of the theater? There's a theater in Santa Monica that does Rocky Horror every weekend, or used to, and they would also
there's the New Beverly, there's the Lemley, Arrow, the Arrow Theater.
That might be it. Yeah. That sounds right. And they would sometimes Rocky Horrorize other movies, and they did Grease 2 in 03 or 04, and I'm like, okay, I have to go see. How does anybody but me even know what this movie is? And yeah, it was so remarkable, and Chris McDonald showed up. So who else? Might have been just him, but it was enough because he had a jacket on and did his hair and just hey, everybody. I was like,
I love how much he loves it. And I think that's great. He's a great guy. Adrian Zmed drove in from Vegas to be there and then drove out that same night.
Oh my God.
And he was one of the ones that got emotional.
Yeah.
It was awesome to see him. And I'm literally texting him 3 hours after. I'm like, tell me you got home okay, because I can't, this is going to drive me crazy. And he's like, made it home, great. He had a time of his life doing it. But what's funny is you just reminded me, I think this might have gotten into the DNA of wanting to put on an event like this, was years and years and years ago, probably 2002 or something. There was a screening of Grease 2 at Outfest. And I was like, oh my God, I want to see Grease 2 on the big screen. It was at the Ford Amphitheater. And I'm like, wow, oh my God, I get to see it on the big screen. I've never seen it on the big screen.
Right.
I'll go to Outfest. I don't care. I'm seeing Grease 2. So I go, and all I'm looking for is that 35 millimeter projector. I'm like, I want to see a film print of this thing. I couldn't find it. But Leaf Green was there.
Yeah.
And got to meet him, and he was just so excited about it and everything. And then the movie started, and it was the DVD. They were projecting the DVD, and it was supposed to be a sing-along like Grease. And you know how they did the sing-along? they just hit yes for subtitles, so all the lyrics came up, and
Come
I
on
was
now.
so mad
Yeah.
that I'm like, oh my god, what is that? I mean, I still had a blast. Everybody was singing, but I was like, I want to see this on film. I want to
Right.
see this the way it was meant to be seen, and that was that was an impetus behind eventually doing it.
That's so
and
good.
and yeah, it was great. I remember Maxwell Caulfield was not there at Outfest, but his daughter was,
Uh-huh.
and she read a note from him. And I remember thinking to myself back then, I'm like, if I ever did something like this, you have to have Maxwell. You have to
Yeah.
have Maxwell Caulfield.
Yes.
So anyway, yeah. So we flew him in.
That's so good. When they did the Rocky Horror version, one thing really stands out. It's one of my favorite things. Once they got to charades, somebody just held up a sign saying, "We're not doing this song," and they just stood there. And it was such
That's
a
amazing.
good bit.
I love that song.
It's not a terrible song, but it is weird. Like, I know why he cringes at it. Why do you think you and I and us other weird nerds like this movie as much as we do compared to what Grease is? Why is it its own thing?
Well, I love Grease. I
Sure.
love Grease.
Sure.
I don't know if it's because. How old were you when you saw Grease 2?
Probably. It came out when I was 2, so I probably saw it when I was 3. Probably. It was on HBO or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it comes down to when you see it too. But there are movies I've seen. I think this is one of the reasons why Grease 2 is so special, is a good word. But I've seen movies as an adult that I saw as a kid and loved as a kid that I hate as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something to say that, yeah, you saw it at the right time when you were younger. That's why you love it. But also, I still watch it now and get as much enjoyment out of it, if not more.
Yeah.
I did. I didn't understand all the lyrics to Reproduction. I didn't know what that was.
Of course.
So, so for me, it was, I think there was just, initially, it was, your first exposure to, a movie about high school.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Fast Times at Ridgemont High until I was like 20 something.
Okay. Yeah.
Grease and Grease 2 were the only, that and then Teen Wolf 3 years later. These were the high school movies that kind of leave an impression on you. Breakfast Club, but Grease 2 just I couldn't get the songs out of my head.
Right.
I mean, Back to School, I remember having the little LP, the 45 or whatever, I can't remember what that is, but I had just Back to School. I remember 4 tops on the, I remember the logo, the logo. Who was the company that did the initial album, the dog?
Logo. RCA.
RCA, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember that, and I remember listening to it at my aunt and uncle's house, and just loving it. So that was, it just was the right time.
Yeah. So you're 6 when you first see it. All right. Mm-hmm. Was this something? Was family watching along with you, or were you a kid who was left to your own TV and just do whatever the hell you want?
Oh, that's my parents couldn't keep up with me with everything I was watching. Mm-hmm. My parents, to give you an idea of when I was a kid. Grew up in South Jersey, and there was a weekend coming up, and my parents said, okay, you have a choice. We could go to the Poconos, have a family weekend, or you can watch Kingdom of the Spiders with William Shatner. And back then, we didn't have VCR. It aired one time.
Sure.
Like, are you kidding me? Kingdom of the Spiders. 100%. So I would choose Kingdom of the Spiders with William Shatner over a family vacation.
Yeah, okay. That tracks. I mean,
that
it tracks for...
Yeah.
I love that so much. And how good was Kingdom of the Spiders?
Wait, this year, Kingdom of the Spiders came out on Blu-ray.
Oh my God.
I bought it on Blu-ray.
Uh-huh.
And during quarantine, my wife hates spiders. So I knew she wouldn't watch it with me. And then, but my kids, my daughter's 6 and my son's 3. I'm like, oh, they would love this. I think. I didn't remember much about it, but I'm like, it was a TV movie. It can't be that scary. Mm-hmm. Well, I put it on. It's awesome, and it's petrifying. And my wife came in at the wrong time and saw this tarantula hop off of a visor on a guy who's driving, and she screamed at the top of her lungs, as scared as she was from a movie made in 2021. Mm-hmm. So we'll do a whole hour about Kingdom of the Spiders next time.
Holy shit, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm realizing now? I don't have Grease 2 on Blu-ray. I don't know if it's only packaged with the first one.
It
Is
is.
that,
I bought it.
yeah. Okay. Is that how they do it? They package
That's
it
it. Yeah.
together. Yeah. See, but I am, and no insult to Grease, I don't care about Grease. And that's what's weird about it, I think, is that there are other, and I know other people who are just Grease 2 people.
I mean, Grease is my favorite movie musical of all time. It
Sure.
just is, and it ranks up there with the best. I mean, we're talking about like the golden era, the golden age of MGM musicals as well. You know, Singing in the Rain, Grease. You know, but Grease 2 was unique and different in a way that was more impressive to me because it had such a big shadow that was cast by the original.
Sure.
And that's a big deal. Like, you know, and I mean, even tonally, it's a darker movie tonally.
For sure.
Right. It really is. You know, and I think, you know, while they're, you know, dealing with the same themes, they did it in a more mature way, which is crazy to say, but
right.
You know, I mean, we're talking about death. I mean, Stephanie Zanoni thought that Michael, you know, died in a motorcycle accident off a cliff. She's singing about life without him, what life's going to be, what's she going to do? These are not things that are in Grease.
No,
these are not themes that are in Grease.
Not things I should be contemplating at 2 years old or 3 whenever I saw it either, gotta tell you.
Yeah, but I didn't understand it when I was 6, but I just loved that song.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, God, she looks so great as a Christmas tree. you know, like it's just it's all these kind of neat messages. You know, I don't want to say that Grease 2 is, you know, the Citizen Kane in any way, shape, or form. But,
sure.
I mean, there are themes in there that are important, and like I said, when we held that event, there were people that flew in to say face to face with the director how much, and the cast, how much that movie resonated with them, especially if they were bullied in high school, if they weren't accepted for who they are in high school, which, you know, is great. I mean, and I think that has my favorite movie kiss in it.
Really?
When they finally kiss at the luau.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I mean, that is a one shot, slow zoom in. You feel the chemistry there. This is great. Yeah. It's a great movie. I love that movie. You're making me want to go watch it now.
Well, I mean, same. I'm going to have to rewatch it. Have you ended up outside of like Q&As and stuff? Have you ended up working with anybody who worked on or was in the film in your career? Man,
I had. It breaks my heart, this story, because it's one of my crazy, like, wow, you never know where you're going to be, when you're going to be, right? But I was casting for a movie I was directing, and I was at the Paramount lot, and Maxwell Caulfield was coming in to audition for me. And I'm like, I can't believe this. You know, I already knew who the producers wanted to go with for the role, but he was coming in to audition, which, you know, I give actors so much credit because, you know, that's their existence, right?
Sure.
I can never do that, but they, you know, he just came in, knocked it out of the park. He was so good.
Yeah.
And of course I brought my Grease 2 DVD.
Well done.
Just in case, you know, somebody was willing to sign it. And he did so great. I then unveiled how big of a Grease 2 fan I was after he did the audition. And I pulled out the DVD and he signed it and he goes, "To Brian, we'll be together, ? Maxwell." And it was one of those moments where I was just like, God, you know, he's such a nice guy and such a great actor. Yeah. I mean, he, you know, say what you will, but, you know, about, you know, his singing voice and charade, but, which I think is fine. I think he could sing fine. He carried that movie. Yeah. Yeah. He really did. So.
I mean, he plays essentially two different parts, and which is, I'm going to be honest, they cast a pretty boy, but I feel like he gives more than a pretty boy performance. I will give him that for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, and my wife had never seen Grease 2. My wife was born in '83. So she's watching it for the first time on the big screen, and then he shows up, you know, with his sleeveless leather, you know, vest, and she looks at me, she's like, oh, hi, Michael. I'm like, calm down. Oh man, it was great. You know how to, Maureen Teefy had such a blast that they all did. They all just had a great time. I'm just remembering, Maureen Teefy just running up to hug Chris McDonald and Maxwell Caulfield. And I'm literally, it's like right in front of me. And I'm like, is this happening?
Right.
Is it, and I think that's another thing about it is anytime you have something that you love as a kid, to find yourself in a circumstance or a situation where suddenly it's part of your own life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge. And it just kind of taps into those childhood memories, the childhood ambitions. I always wanted to make movies, and so it was, I don't know, it was just a really lovely blending of memory and new reality. And as a filmmaker, you hope your movies have an impact.
Sure.
And the thing for Grease 2 that makes it so special is when it came out, it bombed.
Yeah.
It was panned, and now it's beloved. And that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to put that event together, was for everybody. I wanted them to see this movie is beloved. It's not a laugh at the screen movie. It's not a throw food at the screen movie. There are those that, The Room, for example.
Yeah.
Right. If you're watching The Room and having a blast, it's probably because you're making fun of it.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Grease 2, you genuinely love, you genuinely enjoy, and it genuinely gets you. And I wanted, especially for Patricia, to feel that and see that.
And who walks up in an airport but Sammy Davis Jr.?
She discovered Matt Groening.
Without your mom, we might not have had The Simpsons.
Yeah, and I have an Elton John story.
You know who noticed that also was Jonathan Winters.
Your dad was the first band I dropped acid to.
There was Buddy Hackett, and Joey Bishop, and Jerry Vale, and Corbett Monica. And those are the ones that stick out in my mind.
So, of course, I watched Mork and Mindy. He comes over, Mork's here, oh my God. And he was hysterical.
You're listening to Rarefied Air.
It was important, I think, there's a legacy to the film that you just hope for with movies. Like for me, it's My Date with Drew. I can make 100 movies, and the one that sticks above everybody, all the other ones, is My Date with Drew. And I'm thrilled about that. I'm thrilled that something I did got seen and loved by more than my family. And but Grease 2 deserved it.
Absolutely. No, for sure. And that was one of the things, that was one of the reasons, well, actually, I'm not sure what the reason I originally wanted, because you and I were talking just before this that I have been wanting to make a Grease 2 documentary for years, for exactly why we're talking about it. Like there are various reasons to like it, and various reasons people do like it, and it means different things to different people. And, the different people I spoke with, some people, I got a lot of footage. It's now useless because it's in standard definition and everybody
It's not useless.
So much older.
It's not useless. If you have it, use it.
Yeah, that's true. Some of the, some people came out because of this movie. They were comfortable with themselves because of this movie. Just speaking a bit with Adrian Zemed, I had met him only once before. I had sold him a toy at FAO Schwartz, and can I tell you, not the experience I wanted, because he wasn't just paying attention to me. So it's a very ego thing, right?
Yeah.
So I sit down, I'm like, oh, he's a perfectly nice gentleman, but also like that he was there. He's there to like sign autographs. And again, I don't think he lives in LA, right? He's not mostly in LA. He's mostly in Vegas, and just comes out and meets the fans. And the fan base seemed small then, but I cannot wait to watch your video, because the idea that you filled a theater with people to watch this movie is good. It's a good thing. It was a
good thing. You'll see. It was, and the reception for each and every one of them was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge. So the other thing people didn't realize too is that Grease 2 came out in '82. And it was directed and choreographed by a woman. I think there were 3 movies that year. I talk about it in the video. I think it's 3 movies that year directed by a woman. It's a big deal to have a giant studio movie, the sequel to one of their biggest hits ever, directed by a woman now.
For sure.
And that was something that there's a trailblazer element to Patricia that I wanted to make sure, I'm sure she might be aware of it, but I wanted her to hear it from everybody else.
Yeah. I did.
It was a big deal.
She's somebody I've wanted to speak with for a very long time. I'm going to still try and get her on the podcast at some point to talk about it. I'm glad to know also that she was willing to come to one of those, and like she appreciated What's your perspective of how she feels about the movie this long after it came out?
I would hesitate to speak for her.
Sure.
But I had lunch with her or breakfast with her the day before the screening, as soon as she landed. And I think she recognizes, or she did recognize, that it's going to be in the shadow of Grease. But even as she was telling me that, I'm like, yeah, but you're casting your own shadow too. You know that, right? I mean, this thing is beloved. And I think she had enough encounters or information to know that it is. But that night was you'll say it was a showcase for people who wanted to show their love for the movie. And anyway, so my hope is that she knows it and believes that and is so proud of it.
I would hope so too. Yeah, that's one of those things I like to dig into with people. Like it's you never know. Again, I don't know if there has been an obvious resurgence to the movie or if it's just something I've always held on to. But it's at least felt like since maybe not. Well, I don't know. It's not even like I'm part of some internet communities for other stuff that I love that nobody knows about. The Grease 2 one still seems small, but again, you filled the theater, so there's something there.
It's not that small. I think bigger than you think, and oftentimes you just need a rallying cry to get the people to show up.
Yeah,
and I didn't realize I was doing a rallying cry. I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, I was showing it for me and my friends. I really didn't expect that, and it blew me away.
This is a movie that as a kid that I often forget that we did this, but like we would play Grease 2, my friends and I, and we would fight over who got to be Johnny Nagarelli or Michael. There were big fights. We had
big fights.
Yep. Weird situation that not a lot of movies where we would play the movie because, I'm not sure why this one. Couldn't tell you why. Maybe that's for you. That's for you to know and for you to figure out. That's your journey. Are you a singer at all? Are you musical?
I like to think I am, but no one else seems to think so. I love music. Well, I love movie musicals. I sing all the time. Show tunes, Bon Jovi, Neil Diamond, Billy Joel. But it's so funny. I was having working on a pilot with George Takei, and I was over at his house and having dinner with him and his husband and one of my best friends, Tony DeSera, who's a singer and songwriter. And anyway, so I'm just talking about gushing about how much I love movie musicals. And I'm like singing like from Grease or Grease 2 at the table and all this. And then George looks at me and sincerely goes, "Brian, are you gay?" And I go, "No, I'm not. I just love movie musicals." And I do, man. I love them. I directed a movie. The one that Maxwell came in for. I directed a musical called How Sweet It Is. But this past year, I directed a Dirty Dancing type film that's a Lifetime original that my wife and I wrote that I directed, and based on my childhood of going up to the Borscht Belt Catskills hotels.
Oh my God! Okay.
But it's a Christmas Lifetime movie about that. And I'm so excited about that movie. I can't wait for people to see it. It reunites two members of the cast of High School Musical.
Yeah.
Corbin Bleu and Monique Coleman. And I'm so proud of, it's a full-fledged, dance film. It's got like 8 dance numbers in it, varying degrees of complexity and fun. And I just don't. It's such a great high.
Yeah.
To you get the camera right, you get the choreography right, you get the actors and dancers that elevate it all. I mean, there's nothing like it. I mean, I rewatch. Man, like the original Grease, I rewatch Summer Nights all the time. But I also, and Patricia told me this about, because she choreographed the original Grease.
Right.
But she told me that the number she's most proud of is the Back to School number at the opening of Grease 2, which had more dancers in it than anything she had ever done before. I think it had more dancers in it. It had more choreographed dancing in that than anything in Grease. And what a great opening.
Yeah.
What a great opening. So I love that number. But Cool Rider is, I mean, geez,
Come on.
what do you do? What do you say? What do you
Right?
say about Rider?
I may have one video I could send you that would ruin it for you, but I don't want to do that. A friend and my sister made me a very extended short film for my birthday years ago. And in it, my best friend, who is not Michelle Pfeiffer and is a man and has a mustache and a gut, 100% recreates Cool Rider, and it's the most disturbing thing you've ever seen.
You must send it. You must send it.
I will send it.
I was going to say, when I direct, for my director of photography or my editor, or for cast, I'll often show them clips of my, favorite scenes. What lens was that? What filter is that? I want to do that filter, but a different lens. But for the musical, for the film's called Christmas Dance Reunion. And for that film, I would choose in the same way I did with How Sweet It Is, my favorite musical numbers. And, so Back to School's in there. The hand jive sequence from Grease.
Sure.
But, Hairspray and Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, I just love movie musicals when they're done well.
Yeah.
When they're done well. When they're not done well, it's embarrassing. Like, I don't want to speak ill of any movie or TV series that had a musical kind of premise to it, but some of them, they just don't fire for me.
Right.
They don't fire on all cylinders. And then I get mad because I'm like, I could do that. I could do that. Why is it so hard to do that? That kind of thing. So, but I give credit to anybody that pulls off a movie musical or any dancing in any film.
My thing is when a TV show will do a special musical episode and they don't work towards the strengths of the non-singers in the songs, and it's like they're trying to make them stretch and sing when they can't get that note or that octave. Work with it, man. Make them rap if you have to. Do whatever you need.
God.
I just don't like bad singing.
The first episode of Ally McBeal that I worked on, that my mentor Bill D'Elia directed, was Ally McBeal the musical. It was the third season finale. And oh my God, that's another thing to get a front row seat to how you do it and to watch professionals do it was inspiring and also educational. So I hope to do more. I want to do another full-fledged musical, with the right budget, the right schedule, right cast, and just have a blast with it.
I was going to say, when you told me the plot of it and then broke it down, I was so surprised I didn't hear that there was a stuck-up city architect in there anywhere. It's great. There's no stuck-up city architect.
That's right.
There's no lady who runs a candle business and then they get together and they hate each other. That's not in your movie. That's exciting.
Not in there. Not in there. No, purposely avoided. Purposely avoided.
You could, although I got to tell you, that would be the way to mix up that format, would be to make it a musical and make it fully aware of itself. So at the very least, there is that option out there.
Well, I did a movie, directed a film called A Christmas Movie Christmas, which is about a girl who loves Hallmark and Lifetime Christmas movies.
Love it, sure.
And gets sucked into one. So the whole thing is very meta and,
that's delightful.
Addressing and parodying the tropes while simultaneously telling its own story and fun. So I love that. I love when you take the conceits of a genre and embrace it, but also, throw it on its head a little bit. And that's a blast to do.
I feel like maybe that's one of the things I like most about Grease 2 in rewatching and mostly rewatching, not just re-listening. I love the soundtrack, but it is actually remarkably self-aware. It knows what movie it is. It also knows it's a sequel, so it's trying to be its own thing, but it does seem more self-aware than a lot of musicals, I feel. I could be wrong, but there's such good performances in it. Like Peter Freschetti alone. You don't think so?
I don't know. Because I think the moment you pull yourself out, as a filmmaker or as you're telling a story and you pull yourself out of it to make the audience aware that you're aware. I don't know that that's a good move unless.
No, I mean I guess I didn't mean in a meta way. Yeah. Maybe I'm talking about in terms of performance. I feel like because like Peter Freschetti knows he's in a sequel to one of the biggest movies ever.
Hold on, my daughter just came in.
No
yes.
Problem.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have my birthday last.
Oh, is that your birthday present? That's so sweet. All right, I love it. My daughter just exchanged birthday gifts with a friend of hers, and this was a gift from her birthday last March, which we didn't have a party for because everybody was in the middle of the first day of quarantine and thinking the world's going to end. So anyway, but yeah, Peter, well, you know what? No, I think DiMucci, he's one of my favorites, but remember, you know, him and Adrian Zmed, you know, look at the difference in the T-Birds between the first one and the second one. There's a campier situation going on here where they look like fools. They look like fools.
Yeah.
You know, but you love them. They're endearing. And I don't think that that's in the, hold on, be careful with the, I don't think that that's in the performances as much as it is in the writing of those characters.
Sure.
You know, because you still need to give a shit about Johnny Nagarelli.
Oh, absolutely.
You still need to care about him,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that, you know, I mean, God, let's do it for our country is that, I mean, I don't know, man. You're blowing my mind a little bit about questioning whether or not there was a self-awareness to it.
Right.
I don't know the answer for sure, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they were just embracing the fun of those songs. I mean, look at the lyrics to "Let's Do It for Our Country."
Sure.
I mean, you know, there's a certain tone to that you have to match performance-wise and, you know, choreography-wise, and it's perfect. It's a perfect blend.
Yeah.
And I think that carries through to Prowlin.
For
Look
sure.
at Prowlin. You know what I mean? You know, they're talking about getting laid at the grocery store. That's the main point of that song is they know where to go.
Yeah.
The grocery store. That's hysterical to me.
Right.
That is hysterical to me. And there's an immaturity to it, and you know, a recklessness to it, and innocence to it. And I love that. I love that about it.
For sure.
Whereas, you know, the theme of getting laid as dealt with in the first Grease wasn't that comical.
Right.
It really wasn't, right? You know, you think Rizzo's pregnant. That's a, you know, lady with a baby. That's a legitimate, you know, serious situation. You know, Danny trying to, you know, score with Sandy at the drive-in. Yeah, it starts off like that, but then he's, you know, his song Sandy is as heartfelt as it gets. It's one of the best love songs ever done. You know, and I think the reason why Maxwell's performance in this is so great is because he's not out to just score.
Sure.
He's a romantic. He's, you know, a Shakespeare auteur. He's, you know, he's, you know, when he has that kiss in the bowling alley. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's amazing. It just happened. It just happened before our eyes. You know, he got the girl of his dreams for a split second and he got a taste of it. And now he's got to go for it. And that's why you're just rooting. I mean, I rooted for him. This is one thing Grease 2 has over Grease. I rooted for Michael so much more to get Stephanie and to wind up with Stephanie than I did for Sandy to get Danny.
Sure.
They handled that beautifully in Grease 2. The motorcycle ride, you know, when she's just holding on to him, not wanting to let go at the end, you know, they have that sunset kiss. It's just, there's a romance to it that they don't shy away from. And it's not self-aware. It's sincere.
Sure.
It's just sincere. And that's what I love about it. So, you know, this is the way to describe, you know, a viewer's reaction to Grease 2. If you laugh when Michael and Stephanie kiss in that sunset shot on the bike, you're not able to enjoy Grease 2.
Right.
You're not able to enjoy what it does. If you just watch it and think, man, that's great, that's awesome, that's a beautiful moment, then you get it.
Sure.
Then you get it. And I think it was done so beautifully. I'm thinking more and more of scenes in there like that I love, that add up to why, as a whole, I think Grease 2 is just a phenomenal movie. It's just a phenomenal ride. And anyway, so yeah, I feel bad for those who can't get it, can't enjoy it.
I know. It is one of those things that people, and I've also seen people discover it after the fact. People who did not grow up with it and discover it, and they're like, "Oh no, this is sleeping. I'm sleeping on it." Do you have a favorite song, an absolute favorite song on this soundtrack?
Man, I think reproduction. I don't know.
Yeah.
Reproduction for me is one of the smartest, lyrically. But the problem with answering that question is I hear every single one of the songs in Grease 2 in my head all the time.
Sure.
Not one more than another. Do you? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, I mean I can't hear the word reproduction without thinking the song.
But what's your favorite song then?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
a hard
it's
thing,
a
right?
really hard thing to pick because there's some that I prefer more if I'm going to be singing it, or some I prefer to hear, some I prefer to watch.
Right.
It's very different. Yeah.
It's so I don't know. I think that's a testament to the music. Is all of them all the songs are terrific in the film. Even Brad, like that jingle is hysterical to me. So those are my girls. I don't know, man. Yeah. So I think that's it. I mean, but that's a testament to the movie.
Did the Seagal twins show up at all to your?
Yes.
They did. Yes.
Yes.
Love
Yes, they did.
Love it. Good.
They did.
They're hilarious.
I communicated with every single member of the cast about that event.
That's so good. That's so
Lorna was coming. Lorna was on her way, and then she had the brain.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
I don't know if it was an aneurysm or it was something that happened right around that time or right before that time.
Right.
And then, it was fun because pretty quickly everybody in the cast knew about the event. I wanted Andy Tennant to be there. The big director who started off as one of the background dancers in Grease and Grease 2.
Yeah.
But Tab Hunter, that was amazing. I was able to communicate with him before he passed away.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And I got an email from him talking about how much he loved Grease 2.
That's great. I love it.
I mean, that was awesome. So anyway, I mean, it was just really, really, really cool.
If, okay. Well, I know the answer to this, but let's say tomorrow you're attached to do Grease 3, which a lot of people have said, it'll be a mix. It'll be like it would be a very, very distant class reunion at this point. Well, now I got to do the math because this movie takes place in 62, if I'm not mistaken. So if you did, so it would take place in the late 90s if you were to do it tomorrow, basically.
Here's the crazy thing. Supposedly, I think John August is writing it.
I saw that. Yeah. Okay.
And John is in My Date with Drew. Like he wrote Charlie. We'll put it this way. Let's look at it like Indiana Jones. They should have left it alone after 3.
Sure.
Am I excited to see 5 and see if they get it right? I was until I found out Spielberg's not doing it. But
oh shit. Okay.
We'll see. But doing Grease 3 is a tall order. I don't know, man. I mean, if it's not on the page and it's not in the music,
sure.
A big fear is to say one of my least favorite things in the world is when you walk out of a movie and think, what were they thinking?
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want there to be a stain on it. So, John August wrote Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, but he also wrote Big Fish. So let's see if we got Big Fish going for Grease 3.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see whatever the hell he comes up with.
And John's amazing. He's a great guy. Such a nice guy. He's the reason I got the date. I found out afterwards.
That's hilarious.
He called Drew. He called Drew and said, "I met this guy. He's not crazy."
Is he a Grease 2 guy? Does he like Grease 2? Do you know?
I don't know. We
have to find out.
Oh wait, I'm trying to think if I talked to him in the. It's hard because I shot that in 2003, and a lot of my memory of it is formed by the final cut of the movie.
Of course,
but John August is in there for about 5 minutes, but I spent almost an hour and a half talking to him. I think it might have come up, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say John August is a fan of Grease 2.
Well, if not, I'll just email him and find out. I'll
find out.
John, right, please, you're welcome on the show. So thank you for doing this. Why don't you? Oh, here's something. I always have people say, in a couple sentences, why listen to this album? Maybe they've never even heard of Grease 2 or they've never seen it. Why give the movie/album a shot?
Oh man. So let's assume that who I'm talking to has not seen it. I would say, if you have expectations, it's going to. I don't think the expectations are high. Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen Grease 2 yet, there's a reason. Right. So I would say prepare to be blown away. Mm-hmm. In a great way. I think a lot of it comes down to the mindset you go into watching a movie or a play or whatever it is. If you're in the mood for Die Hard and you're watching Sense and Sensibility, you might think it's a little slow. Right. Now I love Sense and Sensibility and I love Die Hard. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's if the movie touches you, if it gets you, if you find yourself tapping your foot, if you find yourself singing along, if you find yourself saying, "Wow, that was a great freaking dance number," mm-hmm. or cracking up, in the nucleoid bomb shelter, all of those things add up to an unforgettable and unique experience. And I hope whoever hasn't seen it gets that chance.
Agreed. It's perfect. Brian, thank you very much for doing the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Jason.
Where can people find your work? What's coming up this is going to come out in a few weeks to a few months. So what should people look out for?
Well, I believe High Holiday, my Cloris Leachman, Tom Arnold, Jennifer Tilly, great comedian, actor Asif Ali, and Shannon Doherty. Not Shannon Doherty, sorry. I just got Shannon Sossaman. I just got a call clicked in while I was saying Shannon. It threw me off. And Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds.
Love it.
I just had such a blast working with the entire cast and crew of that one. So High Holiday will be coming out on 4/20. So April 20th, of course. And then Christmas Dance Reunion with Corbin Bleu and Monique Coleman will be coming out on Lifetime. It'll be a big Lifetime original movie premiere. I don't know the date yet, but it'll be sometime between, Thanksgiving and Christmas of this year.
Love it.
And I'm finishing that movie up right now. We're scoring it and doing the visual effects, but can't wait for people to see it.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. Thank you again very much for doing the show.
Of course,
you're welcome
man.
back anytime.
I look forward to it, and thank you, man. You rock.
Thank you guys for listening, and as always, have a good thing. Comedy on Vinyl is a production of StolenDress Entertainment. It is produced by Mike Warden and is hosted and edited by Jason Klom. Our theme song was composed and performed by Richard Levinson. You can email us at podcast@comedyonvinyl.com. You can also send snail mail to StolenDress Entertainment, P.O. Box 805, Burbank, California, 91503. Subscribe to Comedy on Vinyl on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you can find podcasts. Give us a 5-star rating and write us a review. It helps. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Comedy on Vinyl, or find everything in one place at comedyonvinyl.com. A major portion of Comedy on Vinyl has been underwritten by Stand Up Records. Please visit standuprecords.com for all your comedy needs and tune in to the new Stand Up Records channel available on the Roku, where you can also find select episodes of this podcast. Visit StolenDress.com to listen to our other podcasts, watch videos, and imbibe freely of our multimedia content going back 15 plus years. StolenDress Entertainment.
Hey, it's my turn. Ah!